they can ask you, why do you want to move from Ghana to the United States? Please and please, my number one reason doesn't work over there. Hello, 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 lovely people. Welcome to From Ghana to the US series. This series is going to be made up of some few episodes. It's basically how I was able to transition as an international teacher from the United States, from Ghana to the United States. And in today's episode, episode 1, is going to be centered on why I left the United States. There are some number of reasons why I decided to leave. I left Ghana. There are some number of reasons why I decided to leave Ghana to the United States. Number one of these reasons, finances. Man, it's finances. The fact is, I'm not saying you cannot make it in Ghana, but I have taught for a number of times, number of years in Ghana, and I wasn't financially sound as I wanted it. At a point in time, I tried to use some strategies to be able to make myself stable. It wasn't going through. So I decided to go on the educational route to further my education. But at a point in time, after getting admission and those things, those bank statements and those sort of things became an issue as well. So when I heard of this opportunity to be able to transition as a teacher to the United States, and I realized that it is not that dependent on bank statements and those sort of things, I was like, then this will be quite easier than even the school route. So I channeled all my energy, all my strength and everything over there. And here I am today. This can be a principal interview question. Teachers that are aspiring to come, or teachers that are waiting their principal interviews. This is a principal interview. They can ask you, or teachers that have applied to agencies, they can ask you, why do you want to move from Ghana to the United States? Please and please, my number one reason doesn't work over there. Don't go and tell them finances. No. It's part of it. They know. They know it's part of it. Everyone wants to be financially sound. And no doubt, the United States is one of the countries when you get an opportunity to be here, and by God's grace, if things work out, you will definitely be financially, especially when you come with opportunity like teaching and those kind of, skill jobs. Definitely one day you're going to be sound financially. But in a principal interview or in a formal interview, try and put away my point number one and then move on to my other points. Probably you can infuse some of them into yours and then make it sound very nice for you. So I wanted to grow myself professionally as a teacher. You see, sometimes teachers, we need to develop ourselves. We need to develop our skills. Our job is basically about skills, and I wanted to develop myself so that when I'm teaching, everyone will get to know that this is the teacher that has been born to teach science or biology, to be specific. At a point in time, I knew that when I get an opportunity to come to another country like the United States, I'll be able to grow myself in confidence, because this is a different discourse. When we talk about a discourse community, a community that has its own language, its own everything is totally different to you. So now, even if you're in Ghana and you move from one school to another school, when you go and as a new teacher, sometimes you need time to be able to settle. That's what I'm talking about. So getting the opportunity to come to the United States definitely I knew it's gonna improve my skills, my confidence, my communication level, and even um the best of it is my classroom management skills. Back in our country, classroom management isn't an issue. It's not an issue because students have been trained in such a way that they are able to manage themselves. Even student leaders are able to manage for you, the teacher. But let me tell you, it is not like that over here. Even teachers are not finding it very difficult to control students. Don't talk about students. They don't control themselves. And one teacher can't even control one student at some point in time. It becomes very difficult. So I knew ahead of that challenge when I wanted to come to the United States. So it was one of my biggest challenge that when I come over here, I will try as much as possible to improve myself to be a very good classroom manager. As we have football managers, soccer managers, I wanted to be a very good classroom manager. And man, it wasn't easy for the first year. But by God's grace, we improving. I think things are getting better, and it's getting better and better as we move ahead. So it is what it is. And my another reason for moving into the United States is to inspire other teachers that were out there. Do you know, even up to now, some people still don't believe that an international teacher, let me use Ghana for example, a teacher in Ghana can move with a certificate he or she acquired in Ghana direct to the United States. Or a teacher can sit in Ghana, do the application, just turn in the certificates, the transcripts, and then we'll be given the job offer. Some people are still challenging. You know what? We have people living in the United States that have been here for about 20 years, 25 years, even 30 years. They came with other jobs, I don't know. And these people were telling their siblings, were telling people of their, let me say, their family members that heard of this opportunity that it can never be true. You can't come to the United States with your certificate over there. Your certificate, where does it reach? Man, people don't believe that. But I knew that when I get the opportunity to come to the United States, it's going to be a testament to people that knew me and knew that I've never gone to any school abroad and I never used any international certificate. So if I'm teaching professionally in the United States, it means I'm using my Ghana license or my Ghana certificate in doing that job over here. Again, I wanted to gain that global experience. As I said, no one can doubt the educational endowment of the United States. They are highly improved. Man, they are highly improved. You will enjoy when you come to meet the resources, everything that is found in the classroom over here. You will just enjoy yourself. Technologically, they are highly inclined. Students are using Chromebooks, Chromebooks, laptops, you know, everything, your smart board, and the kind of applications that are available for you, the teacher, to use is Google Classroom. You put in your work, students do it, it marks for you. No marking wahala. The Blue Kit, the Kahoot. These are educational games. Questions have been set on it. You can just search for it. You can also create your own questions. Students, it's like in a form of competition. They will join the game with a specific code, and when the game is being set, they will be playing. They will be answering the questions. We want who will win. You know, they are learning in a form of a game. They don't even know. Sometimes you put something on it, like some chips, some snacks. They will be playing for it. Everyone wants to win, and they don't know in the process of doing that they are still learning. So basically, I wanted to gain that global exposure as a teacher, and they know what it is. It's a lifetime experience thing. So when you have the opportunity, I'm advising you to come as a teacher to, develop yourself globally. And one other thing that I wanted to do is to provide better educational opportunity or future for my children. At a point in time, I got to realize that when I'm able to come over here, my children also has an opportunity to come as dependents, J2 dependents. And if that is the case, then my children are also going to benefit from this education I rightly told you right now. And I think that would be the best. I'm not saying Ghana doesn't have good education. Man, I'm telling you, Ghana has very good education. But even if you sail through the education, and look at how the education is becoming now in Ghana. After teachers doing a hard job work teaching students and a whole lot of things, then teachers will again go to the examination centers and go and teach students. When you talk about it, some people will say you are mean. You don't want the students to pass. Teachers don't believe themselves that what they've taught students can produce or can depend on the knowledge they've acquired from the teacher to be able to pass. You, as a teacher, were you taught during your era as a student? Were you taught? So why don't you believe that as you teach the students, they will be able to go? We always tell you that American students are not serious. I don't want to say this in a high tone. Some of them, most of them, they have category of schools. Yes, so they are not. We keep on saying this. I think you'll be hearing some of them in the news. But I tell you, these students that we talk about during examination, come and see how tight the examination is. Don't talk of more practices. You can't do that. You, the student, not to talk about even the teacher going in there to help a student. I think that thing should stop. And again, even we, the students, getting the opportunity to even climb the academic ladder and completing everything successfully, hunting for job become a problem. That is another problem too. The student has been able to climb from the middle school to the secondary to the college to the university, and now the student wants a job. It is an issue, which will never happen over here. It doesn't happen like that. We sat in Ghana, applied to the United States, and we came over here. No one took a penny. Though there are some agencies that charge, but some agencies that don't charge will not even take a peso apart from your own money you use in processing. You see? But now, someone, a graduate from Ghana, takes the certificate and wants to apply for a job and needs to pay money. This teaching job that I go for free in the United States, you never get it for free in Ghana. And the most saddening part of it, sometimes you even pay and you still not get a job. Someone will take your money and go and just spend it. Who is to be blamed? Are the gods to be blamed? The gods are not to be blamed, man. The gods are never to be blamed. So these are basically some of the reasons at the point in time I thought it wise that if the opportunity comes, I gotta move. I gotta move from Ghana. We will come back. Yes. It's a cultural exchange program. I'll come back. And then, the experience I've get, I'll come to help my country, Ghana. I won't stay here forever. But for now, come and then experience these things. This is episode 1. Basically, why I left Ghana to the United States. I'm going to come with another episode, step-by-step process as to how the application was and everything. See you again in my next episode. It's Big Job.